I'm in the Fisherfields today, doing the Fisherfields 6, and that's going to take me up to 281 Munros. So, all being well, I'll be one away from completion by the end of today, and then I've got my completion scheduled for next week. So I've got 2 Munros done already, plus the Corbett. I'm just approaching number 3 right now. So that's Ben Tarson. Today I just wanted to talk a wee bit about how I got into Munros. I found the hills really at a difficult time in my life when lots of things had sort of started to go wrong. In 2020, obviously that was a really tough year for everyone. So as well as COVID, my marriage had come to an end, and I lost my dad to cancer in November of that year. I sort of came to the end of the year really feeling a bit kind of lost about what comes next, because in the course of a year I had gone into a global pandemic, same as everyone else, and also lost my marriage and my dad, so it's like definitely the worst year of my life by a long way. But when things were starting to go bad for me, like I was during that time when you could only go outside for an hour a day, which seems kind of crazy now, but that was how it was. I started going on these long walks, or I would walk as far as I could in that time, and just in the local woods, really, just to get out of the house. I think that kind of sparked something in me. It kind of made me realise I want to be outdoors, I want to be out doing stuff. I started doing a few sort of low-level walks. It was still quite limited in what you could do, but at the very end of 2020, I climbed my first Munro, which was Ben Lomond. I really didn't know what I was doing at all. I was in trail running shoes because I had read on an American blog that was what hikers wore. I didn't have crampons or an ice axe or anything. Didn't know anything about mountain safety really, or even mountain weather forecasts, so I think it was just dumb luck that I got up and down in one piece. Then from early 21, we went back into lockdown. We had lots of restrictions, and I remember when things started to open up in the spring, as soon as things opened up again, I booked an Airbnb in Skye and went up there and did my second Munro, which was Blaven. Still didn't really know what I was doing, but had an amazing time. It was my first time on Skye. Yeah, once you've been there, that changes you. I hadn't really fully committed to Munro bagging yet at that point. It was really by the summer of 21. I think it had just got to the point where I thought, this is what I want to do. I want to give it a go. And I really didn't want to commit to it and then back out. So I gave it quite a lot of thought, but then I started telling people I want to do a full round of all the Munros. Losing my dad at a relatively young age, he was 67, that had a big impact on me doing this as well, because he was keen on hill walking when he was younger and did some Munros. It just reinforced to me, don't leave anything, don't put anything off. If there's something you want to do, just get out and do it, because tomorrow's not promised to any of us. In a way, it's an example of something good coming from something really awful. I think sometimes it takes really big life events to make you reevaluate and go, sort of identify what's important. My dad had taken me out walking when I was younger, and we went up Snowdon. I'm not sure if we went up Ben Nevis. I might have started my Munro bagging much earlier than I realised, but it's one of the difficult things is I can't actually just ask him what he did. I'd love to know which hills he climbed and if he ever thought about doing a full round like this. He'll be in my thoughts next week when I do my final Munro. I think when something like a marriage or a relationship breaks down that's been there for a long time, really forces you to reevaluate and think about what's important to you. And I'm really grateful for the time I've got and just the ability and I guess the health as well to like get out and do this. It's kind of hard to describe really what it's been for me in terms of giving me something positive to do and focus on. Yeah, like when you're out on a day like today in a place like this, I always try and just be thankful for it because it's given me so much. I think about it all the time when I'm out. There'll come a day when you can't do this anymore. Hopefully that'll be a long way off, but you never know. So I really try to just appreciate it when it's happening. Admittedly, I'm talking into a camera right now instead of looking at the views, but I'll get back to that in a minute. For me, I'm just so grateful to have found this and have done it. This is my last big day out before completion. So I've been doing a lot of reflecting. If you saw my last video, I was kind of talking about what it's like coming to the end. I suppose the point of today is just expressing gratitude for what this has given me, not just Munros, but just being out in the hills. It's difficult, you know, there's definitely challenges. You can hear me puffing away going up this hill, but the plus sides just so massively outweigh any downsides. It takes time and effort and money, but in a way it's something you can't really put a value on. You know, the stuff I've learned, some of it is like going to new places, met new people, learned a lot of skills to do with being out here, you know, going from knowing nothing at all to today I'm out here in the Fisherfields in a very remote place, and I feel quite confident and, you know, sure of myself. So that's been massive. Like, it's a big confidence boost when you show yourself that you can do hard things. That's me at the top of Ben Tarsoon, so that's number 279 for me. It's an amazing viewpoint. Got Anchelac in the background. And the hills I've already climbed behind me. And we can look over to Avadjun behind me, which will be number 280. And then 281 to finish. So if you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe. I'm doing these videos every 2 weeks, so it's all things Munros, mountains in Scotland, hill running, all that good stuff. So hit subscribe if you want to see more, and see you in the next one. That's me approaching 281. One more Munro until completion.